Each night, we bring you stories that impact our community. But tonight, there is a story that is impacting all of us here at News Channel 8.
Our dear friend and colleague, Paul Lamison, who many of you know from our morning newscasts as our Eagle 8 reporter, passed away unexpectedly yesterday from a heart attack. We are all still in shock. Jen Lee is here with a look at what Paul's very big, very impactful life.
Yeah, guys, this one is personal for sure. Paul and I started here at News Channel 8 within weeks of each other all the way back in 1993. And over the last 3 decades, I've watched along with all of you as he devoted a lifetime to covering this community with a kind of joy that is simply inspiring.
Good morning.
Here's the thing about Paul Lamison. That infectious, larger-than-life passion for everything you saw each time he was on camera.
And say, hey.
That was authentic, the real deal. From the time he arrived at News Channel 8 in 1993, sporting his Hawaiian shirts and Cheshire grin, he established himself as the consummate photojournalist, devoted to the kind of storytelling that really meant something.
Just the life that he would bring and how he would help me deep dive into these amazing stories that we would, because a lot of people think the photographer is behind the scene, but we learned quickly with Paul that's not the case. He has such a huge, vivacious personality that he could play it behind the scenes or he could be right in front of that camera lens and light up the world.
It was almost like a personal mission of Paul's to light up the world around him. From his famous foot, photographed just about everywhere,
this is News Channel 8 at the Great American Teach-In.
to the way he would encourage kids to appreciate journalism.
So we take off from Davis Islands.
Paul was one of those rare people who lived big and brought the rest of us along for the ride. Those of us who've known Paul Lamison for what feels like a lifetime are devastated to lose him so soon.
A big loss just, for everyone who knew him, and even those that didn't know him but knew him through his his on-air talent. He's going to be missed.
He was a light. Paul was just good people. Good, funny, just good people. And my heart goes out to Nerissa and the girls.
Paul's cherished family, his wife Nerissa and their daughters, will bear the heaviest burden of his loss. But they too will tell you that joy, that passion, that light will be Paul's lasting legacy. Here's the interesting thing. Paul and I had a lot in common. We both grew up in Lakeland. We both came from these gigantic families. We are each one of 7 kids. So we commiserated and laughed about that a lot over our 3 decades together. But one of the things I really loved about Paul that he and I shared together is the commitment to covering home. He could have gone somewhere else.
Right.
He could have covered any market in the country, but he wanted to be here and he wanted to tell your stories and do a good job here, and that always meant a lot to me.
I mean, I'm in shock outside of the loss, just thinking how we go forward as a station, because he was the heart of it here. He worked behind the scenes. He was the chief photographer. He was in the helicopter. He was always here.
Yeah, Paul's a professional. Everybody liked him, and I know you at home, if you watched him on television, you sensed his great personality, his sense of humor, but he was devoted to his family, to his job, to you as a viewer, and we're going to miss him, but great job putting together some of those memories, and the phones have been lit up around here. Thank you for your condolences, and we pass them along.
Yes.
Yeah.
He just threw out that Ray's first pitch,
He did,
and that
he
is
loved every second.
a
And
wonderful memory for him.
Brett Phillips tweeted his condolences as well, which would just mean
The world. I retweeted that.
Yeah.
That was pretty nice.
Thanks, guys.